Welcome to This Startup is Being Recorded. This recording is improvised fiction. Similarities between it and the real world are entirely intentional. Now, enjoy the recording.
Hey everybody. Okay, the recording is on. Let's just get started today. We are recording, so we're so close to not being MetaMarket anymore. I'm sure everyone's tired of hearing about this, but I actually think this contract that we're about to review from Facebook / Meta, not MetaMarket, Meta, but also MetaMarket. Anyway,
it'll give us call them Facebook in this meeting. I mean,
I would love that.
Great.
Yeah, that would be great. It would just be a lot less confusing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Facebook sent us this contract to review. That's what we'll be going over today. Quick intros. Anyone want to start?
Thea Narodrova, the Chief Creative Czar here at MetaMarket.
Eric Joy Carter, Chief Product Officer at MetaMarket.
Matt.Yachts, that's also my domain, CTO here at MetaMarket. I like how we're all using it one last time.
I know, it's like one last
get the
ride
name in there.
with the name.
Yeah. And keep in chat.
So much.
Chief of Staff. John said he did look over the contract. I actually have a copy from him with like a few handwritten notations. So as we go through it, I guess I'll call those out, or everyone has the copy. So essentially what happened is we kind of used up our legal counsel hours earlier this month.
Oh, no.
Yeah, obviously Lars is super excitable right now about the GDPR stuff.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Poor guy.
Yeah.
Our legal counsel was saying he was trying to schedule dinners with them, happy hours,
Oh, wow. That's ambitious.
Yeah.
Wait, how many legal hours do we have a month in our contract?
4.
Oh, wow. I guess maybe he thinks he's going to get those dinner hours as like outside the legal system. Like we wouldn't have to pay. I'll have a talk with Lars. Poor guy.
Either way, we have to sign this by the end of the month. That's what Facebook has said. So I just wanted to go through a couple of the points that legal hadn't gotten to yet that looked a little odd to me, but you all are a little more experienced than me in startup matters, so maybe this is pretty normal. Okay, so let's just flip to page 2. There's a restriction about Java. It says you cannot use the Java programming language to control a nuclear reactor.
Okay. Yeah. I recognize that one. That's actually a standard Java, like from back in the days of Sun Microsystems. It's a liability thing on actually Java's side. It's weird that that's in a Facebook term. I would get it if it was coming from Oracle.
Yeah. I wonder if you don't think they're going to buy Oracle.
Oh my gosh.
I wonder if it's because they use Oracle. Like it could be a pass along term.
Yeah. Taking back liabilities.
Yeah. Although I found, Facebook makes a lot of their own infrastructure. It surprises me a little that they have an Oracle deal. Anyway, that's not a problem. We try to be Java free in this organization. That's why you haven't heard me say anything about log4j, and let's keep it that way.
Okay, great. Okay, so we're good with that one. That was easy.
All right.
I'm good with it. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, I think the next one is on the very end of page 4. It says that after the signing of this contract, we are prohibited from using the word Facebook, Facebooking, Facebooker, Facebooked.
In what?
Oh.
Just ever?
That's why I was confused. It's just a single line by itself.
Because we market on Facebook. We do a lot of money with Facebook advertising.
Yeah, and it's not like the product is going away.
Yeah.
Right. And I would assume that Facebook wouldn't want to lose that, I mean, we move a lot of our stuff to Instagram, but that's still Facebook. And also, we're testing out some stuff in WhatsApp groups. So
Well, Well, sorry, I know this is going to be endlessly confusing, but can we undo our rule for the meeting and call them Meta for a second? Because soon we'll be doing Meta advertising and working on the Meta.
That's true. Yeah,
marketplace.
That's
So
true. That's a really good point. Yeah. We can do that. We can move into the future. I can make it sound like it's cool that we're already, using Meta when other people are using Facebook.
Yeah. Hey, I can look at it. I noticed it doesn't say FB.
Oh, so we
they're
could keep
definitely
saying FB.
Yeah. And they don't mention like other derivatives. Originally it was called The Facebook. It was at thefacebook.com.
Right.
Great. So if we say the Facebook, but that includes the word Facebook, is that prohibited?
Yeah.
Well, no, they would have spelled that out because Facebook and the Facebook are distinct. We can use sentences that happen to have, he laid his face down bookishly.
Right.
Right.
What about real Facebooks? Like,
Facebooks?
That they had in like the olden days, like when you went to college and you literally got like a book of faces.
Right.
With names so you could
like
recognize people. Of? Yeah.
I guess they would consider that to be competition for what they do now.
I guess so.
I don't know.
But the line only speculates against speaking these words.
So as long as we don't call it a Facebook and call it something else, we should be fine. Okay. I think we've stress tested that. I feel fine.
Okay. Great. Okay, this says that if we choose to go into a Canadian market, any resident of Canada who orders one of our couches will be required to complete a series of mathematical questions to claim their order.
Well, we can't make the Canadians smarter.
Yeah, what?
Is that what you think they're trying to do with this clause?
I don't know. I just think they say that, the brain is one of those you use it or lose it kind of situation. And we would be helping the Canadians retain brain function longer, thus helping Canadian supremacy.
I'm sorry, Calathea, are you saying you were not saying we shall not take upon ourselves the burden of making Canadians smarter? You are saying that we should not do this because it will have the side effect of making Canadians smarter.
Yeah, I would think that would be unpatriotic.
Well, but what we could do is put it in our Canadian flow and also in our other countries' flow, right? Wouldn't that sort of even it out? Making everyone smarter?
And we could give the Canadians, hypothetically, if we wanted to take this strong-armed approach to our role in diplomacy, we could give the Canadian market the easiest problems, and other markets could be given more challenging problems so that we could accelerate everybody's intelligence, but accelerate the Canadians' intelligence at a slower rate than everybody else, thus opening up an education gap. If that was something we wanted to do.
As somebody who is invested in not making Canadians smarter, I think that is a great idea. As somebody in my role in creative and marketing, I am a little worried about the amount of clicks we're adding to our user flow right now and whether or not that is going to...
we're talking about creating a literal cognitive burden, like a barrier to accepting orders. Although I guess at that point we have their money.
We're not in Canada, so we could also make a pact right now to never move into Canada.
Yeah.
Or Canada's important for our aspirations towards global trade.
Somewhat important.
It's gonna be, but when? I've got to be honest, Eric. I haven't caught up on your 4 or 5, 10 and 20 year outlook plans. It's a year. It's a year 6. Okay. Yeah. Well, that gives us some time. Whatever this name deal is we get with Meta, we'll be able to renegotiate at the time we do make a push for Canada.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
This is just it's a weird one, though. What? Why have anyone do math, but why specifically Canadians?
Yeah.
I don't know. Calathea, your guess is as good as any, although I never would have taken Facebook to be Canadian supremacists. So
you always will be surprised. There are foreign sympathies all over.
And maybe by the time we're there, whomever is inside Facebook running this nationalist Canadian scheme, they'll be gone, and it'll be some other country that we get to make special intelligence raising implementations for. Gosh, I'm already annoyed about having to build this into the system. Okay, what's next?
Okay, so next, yep. Oh, actually, none for a few pages, which is great. If you go to page 13, there's a little line that says, if you've actually taken the time to read this, please email roger@facebook.com with this code, and you'll get $500 in Facebook reward points.
Oh, that's great. We definitely could use Facebook reward points to make some upgrades.
Do you think we could? Because it doesn't say how many times it could be redeemed. Do you think we could each do it?
Try a couple now. You guys just shoot off a few. And let's see what happens.
All right.
Yeah, okay.
This is going to be so great. I mean...
Oh, yep. Look at that.
Yeah.
Wow, that was fast.
Wow.
Yeah,
It's like an automated email, roger@facebook.com.
Oh, and it looks like the little email back has a redemption link. Let me follow. Surprisingly, that's not a phishing link. Okay, with legitimate Facebook login. Oh, did I don't know if y'all already redeemed it. Did y'all see this? It says turn over to the next page.
Oh.
And it says just kidding on the next page.
Yeah, that's just all the next page is. It's just kidding. That's mean.
No, it's just smart. It's how they check whether their partners are actually reading the contract. They have they have a system built in to actually figure out if people are looking through page by page, and
I get it.
They can try and trick in the future.
I mean, it's we didn't finish reading the whole thing, which of course we should have, and probably we shouldn't try to do anything in here until we've agreed to the terms. So
True.
Oh God, we should. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna flip through and make sure we didn't just agree to some terms by emailing Roger.
Okay, yeah. It's John's first notation. Also, he just wrote "ha ha."
Oh, on the just kidding, yeah.
Could have written that on the first page, but
I was really hoping that we were going to get a lot of ad credit out of this. But
I'm sorry. We can keep spinning up brand new company entities that get that new startup credit for you if you want.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Always looking out.
Yep. Okay, page 14. Your systems must have emergency closure procedures for the instance of a zombie outbreak. Is that something we have?
We have a series of rituals in case death of the world that our climate group internally put together. We could easily repurpose those for zombie outbreak.
Devon IT is actually well covered for this. We've got it as part of our very lengthy list of contingencies for server cage management. A lot of the folks who work here worked at Pair Networks in Pittsburgh, and it's kind of home of zombie prep. So, yeah, I think we should be good there. Which reminds me, I don't really do guns, but I think our team is putting in an ammo requisition order. It turns out it expires, like it's got a shelf life, and a bunch of the shotgun stuff we got was used. So, Kate, be on the lookout.
Wait, my memory's kind of fuzzy. We bought used shotguns?
It was before my time. No. It's the ammo. Well, a lot of the equipment was used, actually. It's really kind of a ripoff to buy a new gun or anything as complicated as a gun. But it's the problem is more the ammo. And yeah, it looks like we got it before my time, but really old, like I think like war surplus kind of stuff. And I doubt that's reliable.
And where are they stored?
Part of the zombie contingency stuff. I'm not sure if I should tell you where it's stored on stream. Well, I can give you a vague sense. Not all the server racks in the server room are running servers.
This would explain the bright glowing red aura that many of my staff have noticed around the server room.
I mean, that could just be the number of red LEDs that we have in there. Is it something?
It's an odd choice.
Well, it's good for night vision.
I don't know. Many of my staff will not go near the server room and just say that it's a light, intense, redness.
Oh,
I'm
right.
fine.
Yeah, no,
fine.
That's yeah, sorry if that's been stressing your team out. That's another part of our contingencies. We don't want infiltration by outsiders of any kind, so we have aura obfuscation in place. Actually, if they were to go in, we have some pretty strong negative energy transmitters. Your team would be spending money on Reiki. Let's just say that. So that's why we encourage, if you're not on Dever IT and you're not on call, don't go in the server room. It's pretty easy stuff.
I mean, my team has not gotten close, and we've had a lot of chats about that, a lot of sessions in the screaming room, but we're coming to terms with it.
Okay. Maybe we could have some folks on your team help us, kind of aim those, make sure it's staying within the spillover,
Yeah, I'd be happy to do that myself, and maybe with one other person who has a strong enough practice. I wouldn't want to just send anybody over there, just in case.
Yeah, that's fair.
What? Sorry. I got super confused about what we're talking about. What are you doing in the server room, Thea? What's this practice?
Oh, I'm just saying that I work on myself and have a deep spiritual and mind and body practice. And so, if he has negative energy pumping out of the server room, I wouldn't want to put anybody else in that line of fire unless they had like
pumping
a deep
into the
well.
server room. It's leaking out of the server room. I'm sorry that's been causing people distress. Didn't realize the strength of what we had set up in there, but I guess it means our defense in depth is working. So some good news there.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I did a lot of psyop work when I was in my 20s, so I'm happy to help take a look at actually your setup there and add some recommendations if you really want to mentally turn people away before having any physical barriers.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I love that.
That's why I have a fridge in my office that nobody actually remembers.
Sorry, what were we talking about?
Huh?
It was the zombie apocalypse clause, I guess.
Oh, right. Yeah, Devin IT, we're good.
Okay. I was just going to say with the delivery team, I don't know that we're fully ready. I did send everyone a copy of Self-Defense by Paula Abdul VHS, so that might be a start.
Do we have VCRs at any of our facilities?
In the vans. We got a great deal on vans from the 90s that have little TVs and VCRs built in.
Wow. Man, fancy. I mean, for the 90s, but yeah, this is no joke, 90s wise.
Yeah.
Lux.
Okay, this one's interesting. It says, for all of our negotiations on sea, we will pay for your room, board, and travel, but you agree to be on camera 24/7.
Oh, that might be. I will say that I, in preparation for this, had a little get together with some of the key people at Meta on the ocean, and we had really a great time, and like what a wild time we had that they probably want documented for legal purposes from this point further.
Who are we negotiating with? Like, what is this even referring to?
Oh no, I wasn't like negotiating with Meta or Facebook. I mean, they already took our name. I didn't want them to take more, and we're in a really vulnerable position. And I, as somebody who's been a Facebook advertiser for years, ever since they were only open to colleges, I just thought that we had kind of a relationship to have a discussion.
Okay, they also have a clause in here that says that the room and board insurance will not cover damage from bodily fluids, including urine and vomit.
Okay, that was not me. That was not me, but I'm not able to say who it was.
Okay.
Do any of our 4 monthly legal hours, or can any of those be used at sea, or do we have to go get another provider?
I think from what I've talked to for a legal provider very briefly is that they do not do business in international waters. So once you leave the coastal United States, it's,
that makes sense.
So that's something we should flag for John. We might need to up our budget.
Yeah.
But otherwise, fine. I mean, it sounds like he took care of a lot. Yeah.
Now that we have this, wonderful sailing budget, always happy to, be that go-between with people.
Yeah, the sailing budget is bigger than our legal budget, so that's something.
And more effective.
Yeah. So the next page is just a lot more stuff around development, design, manufacturing, production of nuclear, missiles, chemical, or biological weapons. John also notated this one. He just wrote, haha, again.
Yeah. These are oddly specific.
Yeah, I think that might be an inside joke between, John and I. I think some things might have slipped out on the boat about like my past and John's past that just made them want to dot some I's and cross some T's.
I do want to add, I got to the bottom here about biohazard containment, and I want to go ahead and protest in advance. We will not be using the server room for biohazard containment. Okay, the security is there to keep things and people out. It's not there to keep people in. It could be used for that in a pinch, but I'm against it.
What if the person on call is the person that also needs to be biohazardly contained?
Oh, we have that. That's actually paragraph 6, subsection B of the zombie apocalypse plan. And unfortunately means like we draw straws on who lets them out. Because you don't want a zombie running around. Like they could nudge something.
Wait, so you'd just rather let them loose in the office versus leave them in the server room?
Well, I mean, you want to contain or disable or take them out, but most of the guns are kept inside the server room, so you'll need to get the zombie out so you can get the team in, so then you can get the equipment. We have a couple of contingencies stashed around.
But, yeah, I guess that's fair, but it just feels like if it's a zombie apocalypse, are we really going to be that worried about running a couch marketplace?
Oh, I mean, there are several escalating levels of zombie apocalypse to deal with.
Oh.
And yeah, if it's like zombie, this is more of a patient zero kind of thing. Like somebody shows up to work, they look a little grayish and sweaty, they're hiding an injury and they won't say why. That kind of thing. Not like, turn on the news, oh, look, the world is ending. I think we have a lot more problems if that's going on. But just in case you want to know, it's we have 2 fire systems in there. One is fire suppression. The other, takes care of the server room.
Okay. I see how it is. I get all the flack for creating flammable couches, but Matt gets to just make his entire server room something that can be set on fire and everyone's fine with it.
It's extremely contained.
We're
Each charge is a small bit of thermite that eats a hard drive. I mean, we're not talking about, this is not fireworks. I mean, it'll look cool, but
we're also not inviting political opponents in to set flammable area.
Yeah.
Which is not your fault. True. I just want to be the very clear gate. That is absolutely not your fault. It's you could not have foreseen what was going to happen. But
right. Okay. Enough about flames. Last page. It seems like Facebook Meta has required that we pick one of these names.
What?
Oh boy.
Wait. They gave us a list?
Yeah. it seems like domains they've already bought that they're like trying to trade us basically, and
no, this is why we went out at sea, so we wouldn't have to do this, so we could have boundless creativity without the constraints.
Yeah, hang on.
I know, I didn't know. Couch, KOWCH.
AOW?
KOW? K is the worst letter of the alphabet. That is well documented.
I don't. Well,
the next one's gonna have a Z or an X in it.
This KOW.ch is taken. Let me do the quiz on this.
Yeah, probably by them.
Zlax. I guess it sounds kind of like relax,
but maybe. Not.
Also like Zolox or Zoloft.
Yeah.
I cleaned up so much Zuck from the boat for this. This is what we get?
Zuck? It was Zuck?
Of course it was. Of course it was. Was it him or was it his avatar?
You know he didn't come. He just sent his little sent his little avatar in there.
His fluid producing avatar.
Who are somehow both worse than Jack Dorsey.
Well, yeah.
Why is the first thing that they're doing in the metaverse trying to create avatars that like produce all the types of bodily fluids?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure they were testing it out at the boat because it was the whole gamut. And it was obviously real enough to deal with insurance.
Jesus.
Oh my God.
What?
Okay.
Is that the whole list? Is there another page of names?
There's the next one is Asanon?
What?
No.
Okay, I did get a little tipsy and I keep repeating Asana and it might have slipped out. It might have slipped out.
We got so close to eliminating that mantra from our team meeting this week. So close.
It's in my head. It's in my head.
2 weeks in a row.
I know. I just can't stand the chanting anymore. When we're trying to start a meeting and they're just chanting and chanting and chanting, and then the drums start, and then next thing you know, someone's got the acoustic guitar, and it's a lot.
Well, all of these that I've checked so far are definitely registered.
Yep.
Within the last few weeks. And there's domain privacy on a lot of them, but the ones that there's not, they're registered to Facebook/Meta.
I can't believe this. I thought I had gotten ahead of it.
Great.
This feels like a personal attack on myself and my creativity. And listen,
well, look, this isn't the final.
Yeah.
Terms.
Red lines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are
maybe
0 remaining hours this month.
I can just do the red lines. I have multiple red pens.
I mean, we can at least send back the list that we've been thinking about and the top choices.
Can we register those domains first?
Good idea.
Yeah, we should. I'm going to make myself a note for that.
It'll be fine. We'll do some markups. I'll shoot around a Google Doc. John will probably notate a bit more. And it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Everything will be great.
Everything will be fine.
Everything will be fine. Yeah.
All right. Well, good review, everybody. Once our legal hours roll over, it'll be awesome to have our lawyers actually take a look at this too.
Yeah. If you could maybe like really dig into Lars's schedule and make sure he doesn't have anything scheduled with them for the first of the month, Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, Lars and I are going to have a talk. And I think we're just going to have more project time for Lars and less requirements gathering.
I think David can pick up the slack there.
I mean, not in the sense that like he'll try to take our lawyer out to dinner.
No.
Right. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Yeah, Lars should be working with David anyway. He shouldn't be going around.
David does intermittent fasting, so he doesn't eat dinner anyway, so.
Oh.
Yeah. There have been like a few HR complaints, respectively, against each other. So we should probably talk another day about like maybe reassigning some of the PM dev teams. But
yeah, I guess so.
We'll take a look at it.
yeah.
I'm open, although I'm very much like an odd couple.
Work it out. Yeah.
I'm a believer. Yeah, know, it's that tension that makes you reach creative solutions.
So they basically need marriage counseling.
Or they should just let their tension continue and drive each other towards success.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this will definitely come back up. But I think today we've kind of got to the end of our agenda successfully, in a way. I will stop the recording.
This meeting has ended. To subscribe to This Startup is Being Recorded, go to the podcast player of your choice and tap a button that likely says subscribe. More content is on Twitter @StartupRecorded, or shoot us an email with ideas, feedback, or your personal startup horror story at hello@startuprecorded.com. Kate is played by Valerie Garrison. Valerie is a health tech product manager and regularly plays with the improv troupe Letters to Chicken online. You can find her on Twitter @TheValGarris. Eric is played by Barry Wright. Barry is a product manager at Spotify and a co-founder of Highwire Improv. Find him by his name on LinkedIn, where he holds regular office hours, or at highwireimprov.com. Matt is played by Marty McGuire. Marty is a senior web engineer and improviser in New York City. You can find Marty's comedy, code, and cats on his website at mmg.re. Calathea is played by Robin Stegman. Robin is a digital campaign manager for Ocean Conservancy and is a comedian mostly found at Highwire Improv. You can find her on all the social medias, and she does mean all, at @rstegi. Thank you for listening.